Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in this big world of ours. I hope you're doing well. So, I hope everybody had a good day prior. So, I was watching a couple of things here and there while I was working, and I noticed some things that were quite interesting, some things that were comical. But let's just cut to the chase. Number one, let me get it out the way. Tracy, I'm not mad at you. Tracy, you say a lot of things that are very questionable. So you said someone told you, I think you saw the video. But Tracy, I'm not mad at you, but here's the thing, I'm not lying. And like in your video around like the 2 minute and 40 second or 48 marker, you talked about how Ola is sitting there lying and he can't be blaming Marcus for what he did. But if he had no knowledge of the girl's age and Marcus did, then he can. You know what I'm saying? No, nobody made him do it. So you were trying to take the heat off of Marcus. This is all Marcus' fault. None of these participants could have came together if it wasn't for Marcus and his diabolic idea. So here we go, right? So you were, and then you said that Marcus got to be careful with these girls because they do be lying. These fast girls be lying. You said that. So how is that not that? How is that taking up for Marcus? I mean, no. How is that you are not taking up for Marcus? If anything, you're trying to go back and forth, ping pong, saying, "Well, I'm not saying Marcus is right." Which one is it, Tracy? Tracy, which one is it, B? Listen, sometimes when you do a live, after you do a live or a upload, you need to listen to it because it will help you correct a lot of shit you might have misspoken about, and you'll come back later to correct it, or just it is. But Tracy, you're a liar. Don't call me a liar. And then you talk about feisty. I thought it was funny. Not that you thought it was funny, but you questioned. You said, "Yeah." When your daughter said, "Oh yeah, did you hear that?" Feisty told him that Marcus R words her, and he was just like, "Yeah, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? That Feisty, yeah, she gonna say Marcus R words her." So you were questioning her about what she said about Marcus. You see, this is what I'm saying. So how am I a liar? And then you said that people are trying to get clout, or you don't have no clout or whatever. So I'm not trying to, Tracy, I'm not even from the sector. I've been watching this sector for a while. While you were still outside smoking crack, free basing, I was watching Atlanta Street interviews. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where you get that. I'm from another sector. I have a lot of fucking videos, a lot, Tracy, that are on. I've been sitting there with to get monetized that same fucking switch for the past 4 years, Tracy. I don't want. This is not what I want. This is your bread and butter because you have to work, Tracy. I well, you don't work. I work, Tracy. I work. So I don't need nothing more for these videos. If that's a sense, I would have turned that fucking switch on to get money. I just repeated what you said, and you can't say, well, I didn't say that. No, it's not even a matter of perspective. That's exactly what you were saying. You're second guessing her saying, well, no, you're saying, oh, you believe that Vice is saying that, Marcus, why wouldn't we believe it? Why wouldn't we? And then when you said that these girls will get Marcus ready to get in trouble because they'll make things worse for him, these girls will get him in trouble. Well, you're victim blaming. I'm not lying. Go listen to your video. So don't call me a liar and don't say I'm trying to get attention, because why would I get attention from you, Tracy? You fucked up. I talk about everybody, Tracy. Shit, I even talk about myself sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck you thinking? So this is not nothing. I'm not angry at you. Are you a turn off? Yes, you are. You're always begging and you're flip flopping. So that's a turn off. You are a flip flopper, Tracy. And people have said that about you before. So these are the things you are. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, Tracy. I don't have no disdain towards you. Why would I want to fight with you, Tracy? All in all, if you say that you're truly against Marcus, right, which I don't think you are, but if you are, We all have the same common goal, and that common goal is to make sure that justice is due and he doesn't violate anybody. So this ain't the other content creators where they be going back and forth. We're not going to do that, Tracy. It's just that yes, you smoked crack. Yes, your points be invalid sometimes, and you don't be knowing sometimes what you're talking about. Yes, you do beg. Yes, you question Feisty stating that she was raped by Marcus. Yeah, you did defend Marcus twice in your video, maybe more, but those are the two that stood up for me. So why am I a liar? And no, I ain't trying to fight with you and get attention. Get attention for what? For what? Cursing out a beggar? Cursing out somebody that was just freebasing a fucking year ago, Tracy? Girl, bye. And he's like, oh, you're probably ugly. That's why you're behind the camera. Tracy, you have no shame. So there, you have nothing to lose. If you're not, if you wasn't behind the camera, just think, because maybe you have something to lose or whatever. We understand, but you have nothing to lose. So of course you're going to show your face. You have no fucking shame. You come on here and you beg for stuff that you need to be buying yourself, Tracy. You spent your formative years instead of working and getting better and raising your children. Well, no, you were out having a fucking party, Tracy, crashing cars with fucking Mike. And doing God knows what, so why do I care? I mean, all that, oh, you're behind the camera, you're ugly. Okay, then I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm funky, old, raggedy. What you call me, old and raggedy? Tracy, no one could be more raggedy than you with that black diabetic scarring all over your face, with you having one leg due to you being a drug addict, an active drug addict, you having to use oxygen just to do shit that I could do. Inhale, exhale. That's what I was doing, Tracy. You can't do that. So I don't get why you feel like I'm hating on you or something like that. I wouldn't wish your life on my worst enemy, Tracy. But do I have beef with you? No, we're not going to fight. And if I do watch your content, it's not hate watching. Sometimes you do have valid points, but am I surprised to you? No. But you did what you did, and I'm not taking that back, and I'm not lying on you, and I'm not trying to get no recognition off of you. It is what it is, Tracy. You might as well make a logo for your fucking channel, a fucking cup that says, please help. This is suggestion marketing. This is typical marketing. Maybe that'll be you. Hashtag, I need money. Next. What up, Cheryl? What up, Cheryl? How you doing, Cheryl? What's good, Cheryl? What up, Chris? Chris motherfucking G in the fucking house. That's my... What up, Chris? How's everybody? How's the brand new baby and everything? Miss you too, yo. Chris. Yeah. Cheryl, what you said? She missed them $40 from Ghost. Yeah, but it's just like she thought I was gonna curse her out. I just don't like that. She is a flip flopper. She hate Marcus. She don't hate Marcus. Her saying what she said was totally unnecessary. But I'm not gonna get on her curse out. Tracy got that. I ain't doing that. We're not doing that bombastic, terrible dragging and cursing for what? We all hate Marcus, so we said so, because he's a deviant, so let's lock him up. Next, Troy just had a fucking live. Hold on, I gotta clear my throat. Hold on real quick, living it up. You live in North Carolina? Hold on real quick, y'all. Congratulations on your move, your new start on life. And I'm glad that everybody's great. Thank you, Chris, for stopping by. Thank you. Cash your cards are right. Chris, you made me laugh. But yeah, so Troy had Yaya's mother. That's the young girl that Marcus was laid up with. He had her on the panel, and she spoke sense. I was reading the chat. People like, why your daughter ran away? Because some motherfuckers just run away. They get tired of sitting stationary in that house, and they're thirsty to have freedom. Too many rules, or maybe it was what the girl said. The lady said she stopped drinking 2 years ago, so the girl, that means when the girl was 15, so she had an alcoholic mother. Well, okay, that explains a lot. But it seems like the lady has not done a lot of stuff she was supposed to do to get the ball rolling, which would make sense that people feel like Marcus is not going to get in trouble, but they don't realize they've shined the light on Marcus. So they've called all these agencies or whatever, and the lady did tell Benji and Psychology, thank you, whatever. But I reported the channel with everybody else. I did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think that even though nothing may come from Yaya's case, her name is Kellen. It's gonna come from them really researching and really talking to people. These are people in Atlanta that are homeless. The police or law enforcement always bump into these people daily. Some people they always see. So it's not gonna be hard. And if Marcus don't go to jail, he's gonna be scared to do a lot of shit. His channel's not gonna have that same feel and flavor if he get away with this because he's not gonna feel invincible. I think he's gonna be scared now. He's like, oh yeah, the feds. But he said, yeah, the feds got in contact with him. What he said the other day, or he got the feds investigating and looking at him. That means he was contacted. So this is bigger than state, but it's not because of that girl. It's because everybody called it and they said fucking is enough. And I really think so. Enough is enough. And it's unfortunate, that it turned out this way, but this has been a long time coming. That lady ended her shit with a great closing statement. She said, she has, told Marcus, you better hope somebody don't do your daughters the way you did everybody's daughters, including mine. You'll get it whether in the courthouse, whether in the bathroom, whether in the street. She's saying, like, listen, nigga, you can get it by the law or you can get it by vigilante justice. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Let me tell you something. I just can't imagine someone taking advantage of people's children and then saying, oh, well, not my kids. And people don't get how evil and rotten people are. If I could think of things that how people could get back at Marcus and it's the most craziest ways ever, I can imagine somebody that's really out there that's crazy like that would do. I just think all types of scenarios. I'm like, oh, nah, he better chill on that. You know what I'm saying? Because people do X, Y, Z. But when she said that, I really felt her. Because he just be doing too much. You know what I'm saying? That girl looked young. Her friend looked young. The guy looked just slower than a motherfucker. So it is what it is, and people defending, oh, well, she's 16, so he won't get a job. It's like they're rooting for the bad guy. It makes me feel like when I was a little kid, right, and I was watching New Jack City with my sister-in-law, and Wesley Snipes was in the courthouse, and he got killed, and I felt sadness, and as an adult, I'm like, why would I feel bad? He served poison to the community. He was the worst of the worst. He killed his homeboy right down there, G Money, and my brother's keeper. You know what I mean? And this is kind of the same feel, like they're rooting for the bad guys. It's that one thing, oh, let the bad guy get away. No, the bad guy can't get away. He's fucking up young, impressionable minds. We're not going to go over this again. I don't give a fuck if they came a little battered and beaten or whatever. He just, like, shot them and then put a Band-Aid over it and be like, oh, nigga, you was stabbed at first, but now I just shot you in that same place you was stabbed. And, I'm going to put a Band-Aid on it. You won't be all right. Go ahead. You know what I mean? So it's just like one of those things that it's just like, he needs to get in trouble. If he doesn't get in trouble now, his channel's not going to have the same feel. And he lost a lot of people, But she said that if the train stopped here, so Marcus is going to be stopped. Well, and then people are making jokes, well, Marcus got to get a job. Yeah, he would have to get a job. But that demon inside of him, it would be worse. Marcus probably will go around and be the second coming of the fucking Atlanta Ripper. You know what I'm saying? So, Marcus, I don't trust him. His eyes, pupils are big and black. There's like no iris or nothing. It's just like you're looking at two cue balls in his fucking eyes. He's really going from the edge. He is a demon. Look at some of his videos or whatever. Look at his fucking eyes and how they're just black. Like it look like how you see them fucking aliens or whatever, and they be having a big black eye. Exactly like that. Cue balls. I said that already. But that's what it looked like, yo. He's not there. Whatever took over him practicing now witchcraft and literally practicing witchcraft or whatever, he's not in there no more. And the problems he had were always there from the parenting he had, describing his father and what the activities his father was in. So it made it even, he's even more vulnerable to be spiritually attacked. And, and whatever traumas he had, fucking making it greater by like 1,000 times, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like when you're spiritually vulnerable, the devil's gonna have his fun with you, you know what I'm saying? You are just, you are breakable, you know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. He could do all that, make a honey holes, burning sage, buying a quart candle. You know what I'm saying? He could do all of that shit. Nigga, it is what it is. You can't outrun it when the devil want his motherfucking his due back, guess what? You're gonna get just desserts, motherfucker. You're gonna pay whatever you ask for. You're gonna have to give more back, and he's getting it now. You know, people can say, "Oh, y'all being silly, ain't that gonna happen?" You know, y'all be talking about God got this. I'm not saying God. Yo, this nigga just got the fucking scriptures tattooed on his chest, and he just told us he don't believe in traditional Christianity or Islam or nothing like that. So why would he do that? You know, like, do you or do you not believe? You know what I'm saying? It's just like as soon as he did that, this nigga bumped into this little young chick, and then all the shit went haywire. You know, and I just sometimes I wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Christy, well, I'm just hanging by the pool and having a retirement, basically. That's good. That's good, Chris. I'm glad you enjoy. Oh yeah. What up, Jeff? What up, Jeff? You know, so you know, cause you know what happened. You know, I'm kind of, I'm kind of like I'm curious, like everybody else, like how this is gonna turn out. Like if I could press fast forward all the way into December, we would know how all of this is turning out, will turn out. I just don't know, you know, if it's really gonna happen. Like, are they gonna pursue charges? But he did say the feds. He told Polo the feds were investigating him. Hold on, I have to clear my throat. Yeah. So this would only come from a person that truly is getting investigated, and he hasn't been on since Monday. Marcus has done his disappearing. He said he'd like to disappear and have everybody like where he at, and he pop back up. But this is not the typical shit that happens, scandal that happens that would make him, try to make people miss him, dry him out, before he come back. Now this is different. This nigga's definitely in his mind. And I really feel like Kellen's mother gave out too much information on Troy, saying she hasn't done anything. She could say whatever she wanted. I'm be like, oh nah, I spoke to everybody I'm supposed to be talking about. So, let's just see. That's how I would have felt. Well, I'm not gonna say anyone. Let's just weigh it out. Y'all hear about what's gonna happen sooner. That's how I left it. Would have left it because her saying, "Oh, I haven't reached out to anybody" or whatever, it's letting Marcus know he have more time to get prepared. Even though he said that the feds are investigating him, that's not hearsay. He would get that stuff that actually happened. I just don't. She's not moving quick enough. Well, she'll be here this week, and I understand you have another child, but the rod is hot. The iron is hot right now. You got to strike right now, motherfucker. What is it that you calling Troy's show? Yo, that missing and exploited children, that's open 24/7. Yo, you should have been like, yo, Troy, what? I ain't know about that. Let me get off the phone. I'm going to hit y'all back later. You know what I'm saying? I would have been calling. It's just like, yo, she's mad lax of days, and I think that she might be exhausted because she said that she's been back and forth putting missing persons report out on her, 2 times prior to this. So she may be exhausted. You can have one child that fucking just drained all the energy out of you. My sister did it to my mother. My friend, his sister did it to his mother. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. My mother was so drained with my sister that man, I came along. I'm the last one. I'm way younger than them. Yo, I could do whatever the fuck I want to do. I had no rules, but I wasn't wilding out either. You know what I mean? I did what I wanted to do, but not to that extent that my mother. I would bring shame upon my mother, not like that. But I just didn't have no rules. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the same. Same difference. She just might be tired, but with this child, but with the next child, she's gonna be laxadays. This is a lot to go. This is embarrassing to this woman, and this is why she don't want like her name out there and anything like that. That's one of the reasons. She's embarrassed. She's thoroughly embarrassed. She said that somebody had to call her and say, "Hey, that looks like your daughter on that channel." And she's like, "I'm not that familiar with that channel like that." Oh my gosh, could you imagine when she realized what that channel was? But she said somebody doggy whistled. They tried to say Bob screamed it, but that would be personally the mother's fault because she shouldn't have said nothing. Hold on. You hope they put them on the jail show? Me too. Me too. Me too. But she gave it away because I would have never said anything. I would have went to Dad's briefcase and downloaded that shit with my daughter, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have said nothing to him. You know what I mean? She put it out there. She should have moved in silence. It's like people be so thirsty to get recognized. They be fucking up everything. Yo, Marcus didn't have to know any of that. The person could say, yo, is that your daughter? You be like, let me just check. As soon as I saw that, I would have been calling the authorities. And he is trafficking technically because he's moving them from one place to another, for purposes that are, not. But either way, he's still in trouble for the taping. You know what I mean? For fucking with her, not so much, but the taping, he's in trouble. He don't have no license or nothing like that. So yeah, I think that this Atlanta Street interviews, it will be shut down. It's unfortunate that he fucked up his own bag. He will never take accountability for what is about to happen. No, he may not go to jail, but that channel and that whatever was there is going, and it's been going. It was going ever since he got Quita, started hooking up with people like Quita. That shit was going. But we stayed around because Quita was drama, and then we was like, okay. But the whole purpose of the channel was going by that time. It been going because he been fucking these bitches and treating them like shit. But by that time, it's just like it was the last of the Mohegans, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It was the last of the fucking Mohegans. So I'm happy his bag is dropped. I will report that channel every fucking day. You don't eat off of nobody. He been eating too long. He been fat too. He been greedy and fat for fucking forever. Now it's time for us to starve the nigga out. Starve that nigga. That's just too bad. He got kids. Oh well, he should have thought about that. When you have children, you think about the shame. He didn't care about the shame or whatever. So we're helping his children by stopping the embarrassment. Nobody gotta know anymore what the fuck this nigga's doing. He be having them on camera. You like, damn nigga, how you know they want their friends to see that you their pops, motherfucker. He be like, hey, all right, okay, but yeah, that little girl. Mother says she's having problems, but like I said, if you were drinking, then yeah, of course you're gonna have problems, and it makes her even more so. It makes sense because it leaves her open to be victimized like people like Marcus. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Little girl's like, mother's like, unfortunately, I'm gonna be a grandmother before I'm 40. Well, you should have known that was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But that was it with the interview. Troy, he gives his heartfelt. Uh, what you remember Jerry's? What were Jerry's thoughts? He be giving his Allen thoughts. That cause it's Troy Allen, that's his name. His Allen fucking thoughts at the end. Cause I had and it was. He was talking to the lady. He was like, "Wow, stop, stop, stop. That was really powerful. That really took me." I'm like, Troy, get the fuck out of here. Troy is this sensitive YouTuber, but Troy really think he motherfucking the Black Phil Donahue in here. I ain't mad at him, but I was like, nigga, what's all of these theatrics, motherfucker? We've been knowing you for years. Cheryl, can I ask you something? All these years we've known Troy, see him around. You ever seen him be this fucking dramatic? Oh my gosh. But then I left. I made a report on his channel. You did? Good, good. You did? Good. We gotta keep on going. Marcus don't deserve to eat. He got a lot of channels though. He gotta do the B side too. The B side. Not his family channel. Ain't nothing we can do about that. Leave that shit. Ain't nobody watching that garbage anyway, his family channel. I'm a good father. Good for you. Be a good father and stay the fuck offline, my nigga. Gosh. So what else did I watch? I watched the interview. We talked about Marcus possibly in trouble. Um, I think, and I addressed Tracy's ass. You know, I don't think it's nothing else to cover. I'm fucking lying, baby, baby. Everybody was telling me in real time. My homeboy had told me about Tulsa and them on fucking Sheena's panel. Right? Hold on. And then I heard other people talk about it. So I'm like, let me go back and look at it because I was watching the beginning and I'm like, Sheena, I like her channel. I'm not gonna lie, but sometimes I can't fuck with Sheena. I gotta press fast forward. It takes Sheena too long to make a thought. She was like, yeah, because Marcus, when I went down to Atlanta, and like it's like spitting. I'm like, yo, hurry up, hurry up. I can watch on a replay, so I watch it on replay. Baby, I was not mad at Sheena. She said, yo, Tulsa, come up here. I think you and Dominique need to talk. I was hollering. I was like, yes, that's a real content creator. They will allow you, podcast or YouTuber, they will allow you to fucking woo bang. I wanted to see that woo bang to them two niggas. But fucking Dominique tore Tulsa up. when she said, well, maybe these two women want to fight. She said, women? No, we're two men. These are two men. I said, thank you. And this is why I always would like Dominique. Dominique is not delusional about what he is and how, and he know what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's not the, and what he said about Tulsa's right. He's like 17-year-old. 17-year-old. No, man, you got what got a 17-year-old. Basically, he does. Tulsa, came up here and she was like, yeah, we gotta help. This is the thing about the black community. Bitch, don't ever put your mouth on no fucking black American community, bitch. You are everything that's fucking wrong because you are fucked up in the head. You saw Tulsa's a hoarder. You saw Tulsa's fucking room, his living spaces. Oh my God, it's disgusting to have a nerve to have farm animals. But don't be talking about no fucking black woman. I mean, black people in no black community, and you didn't even get the best white person you can get, the cream of the fucking crop. You got some motherfucker other white people don't want to fuck with. You sitting there playing fucking house. Poor fucking child got to grow up with fucking Jack and Jack thinking they Jack and Jill. You don't get the fuck out of here, Tulsa. So I'm glad Dominique fucking dragged that motherfucking nigga. You know what I'm saying? I wanted Dominique to get more, but Sheena was like, yo, stop yelling. We want to hear what you got to say. And I said, yeah, we need you to speak slow like Sheena now. We need it lower and slower. You feel what I'm saying? So, um, what young black boys being taken from us and their family? Yo, oh, another day, another time, another day, another fucking time. I got you on that though. It's controversial what I think about that. But that was a good fight. If y'all didn't see Sheena Speaks. That's the channel. If y'all haven't saw it, red ball it till you see somebody pop onto the channel, and then go from there. But Dominique was explaining his housing plan and his social project that he wanted to do with Marcus, that he had the proposal, and I like it. Bringing different mentors every week to mentor maybe the girls or the guys or whatever, and really help them take steps in the right direction, and we'll follow them on their journey. I think that's dope. I think that Dominique should find someone to help her do that. I mean him, excuse me, Dominique. I apologize. To allow Dominique to really fulfill his dream with that, because I think that's really dope, and I would definitely look at that. Because you're gonna have people that's resistant. It's like, you remember when Ayala be having the shows and had like Ayala Fix My Life and had the house or whatever, the people in there. Kind of like that concept. I do like that. I do. But anyway, y'all have a good night. Peace. Be good to yourselves, and I'm gonna get me some Z's.